Yeah.
You know?
So that leads into another red flag. No character growth. I call it character growth because I love to watch series and TV shows and stuff. And I hate shows. I can't get into a show that has no actual character growth. Because then for me, what is the point? And that's how I feel in real life. Like, if whether it's a friend or a romantic relationship, if there is no personal growth, to me, it's a red flag.
Hey. Welcome back to Two Little Wine Podcast with Ashley
and Jara.
Cheers.
Cheers. Sour. Wow, this is like a sour apple.
It tastes like watered down wine to me.
Very interesting. We're trying a new wine today, guys.
Yes.
I don't know what
I don't know the name of it.
I don't know. Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, but like what brand it is.
Oh.
Apparently, it's a no headache wine.
Yes. I Googled which wine can I drink that will not give me a headache? And then I went in the aisle and it said 85 calories. So I said, period. We gonna try it today.
Does all wine give you a headache usually?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it because you drink too much of it?
No. I could
like
just
even if one glass?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's the sugar content, they say.
That's
because
what I was
like
say.
sweet.
Are they very sweet?
Yeah.
Because this wine is not sweet.
No. It's supposed to be like bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say, I've been watching like podcasts and I feel like our entry, like every time we start the video is mad long. But like not that long. But we're tasting the wine.
What do you mean? Oh.
Like for us to get to the topic because we're like, But to be fair, we're trying new wines every season. Yeah.
I think that's what.
Certified yappers.
Yeah. Okay.
What's up?
What's up?
New year, new me. I'm gonna try to I have mad energy. I went to the gym today. I worked today. I curled my hair, which honestly it needs more bounce, but it's okay. I want to start wearing it more natural.
Yeah, I hear you.
Especially
Me too. I'm saying to myself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. Life's great. And besides it being like cold outside, I mean.
New Year's hitting you good?
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Cool. What are you talking about today?
I wish I had one. Red flag. Woo!
Not
Not like
the sirens.
Yeah, red flags in relationships, friendships, identifying them, exposing ourselves for our own self-awareness.
Yeah, man.
Of what our own red flags are, and yeah.
What would you say is like a major red flag for you in general?
When I like see it in people?
Yes.
Do
you have wait before I ask you, before you answer, are there like different red flags for you within like platonic relationships and like romantic relationships, or do you think that your red flags are like universal? Because I was thinking about this. So go. I'm curious.
I think that most of them are universal, but the way that I would want to be treated by my romantic partner is obviously different than what my expectations for a like friend would be. Friendship,
right? Yeah. I was thinking about that too. Like a lot of my what I would consider red flags, they're pretty much universal. To like an extent, right? Like yeah.
Because I think too, like, to me, a romantic relationship, for me, the basis is a solid friendship.
Agreed. Same.
Yeah.
Period. So, little fun fact: when me and Ashley were thinking about some questions we were gonna ask on the podcast before we got on the podcast, we came up with the same questions and we didn't even know.
Yeah, she had her list. I have my list.
And then we go to write it down. Same questions. So great minds think alike.
Yeah, we like
right here.
Okay, I think before we jump into saying what are some red flags, I want to talk a little bit about the difference between a red flag and a deal breaker.
Okay.
Because to me, like, a red flag is like, I don't really like that, but maybe it's something that could be worked on, an area of improvement in that way. Now, a deal breaker is like, saw it,
absolutely
it's
not.
done.
Yeah, like there's no turning back. It's like an ick that cannot be reversed.
Yeah. Yes.
100% on it.
So with that like in mind, right? Some of red flags that I would, and I think a combination of certain red flags is a deal breaker. Like,
yeah, because they can just lead up to like into each other, and it'd be like too much.
Yeah. So okay.
Recoup.
Red flags. Because I'm about to start listing deal breakers. I think I'm in a point.
But it's okay. Just go for it.
Okay.
And let's see where we.
If you're like rude to people, if you're mean.
Yes.
To anybody, like if you're just mean to people, whether you know them or not or whatever, if you're mean. If you cannot take accountability for your actions.
That's a big one.
Yes.
And that could be,
actually, I think that might be a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Sometimes. Yeah,
that's a red flag. A deal breaker would be the rude, because like, I mean, people maybe devil's advocate. Red flag is that they're rude. You tell them, yo, you're fucking rude. Like, catch yourself. And then they're like, oh shit, I didn't notice that I was like that. Maybe they're an aggressive personality.
I think you can be blunt or like straightforward and not be rude.
Right, but like, what if they don't know? What if that's just like who they? I don't know. There's people, I feel like I have some blunt friends and they genuinely might not know that they're
being rude.
And then you call them out and then they're like, oh shit, okay. So it could be a red flag.
Yeah,
that's more
it
like
could
a red
be.
flag.
I think that with certain things, I don't want to have to like teach people.
Yeah.
So I don't want to teach you that like if you're
that's
consistently
fair.
rude.
Yeah.
If it was a situation and like you were rude in a situation and I was like, yo, like that was kind of rude. And you were like, oh, like that wasn't the intention. Like whatever the case might be. But if you're just kind of like rude to people and then you're like, whatever, like they were rude to me or they were mean, like
Yeah, you don't have patience for that because we're adults. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel that. I feel like I know a lot of people like that. That I've just like distanced myself because it's like, I don't want to have to tell you you're rude.
Yeah, and I don't want to have to teach. Like I don't have the patience to teach you that either. Like clearly you don't want to learn.
Self-awareness. Lack of self-awareness. Red flag. Although sometimes I think I have lack of self-awareness, but that's a different story.
But I don't necessarily think that self-awareness, like you can be self-aware in certain areas and then lack self-awareness in other areas
that matter.
Yeah, but it also shows if you are self-aware in areas, then I think it shows the ability to, like, you have that skill in you, right, to like nurture.
A person who is constantly making excuses is a red flag for me.
Yeah, like
with anything. No accountability.
I'm laughing in my head because
you're like, you
clocked me the other day.
For real.
You know
I
what
did,
I'm talking about.
yeah.
And in the most loving way, because you was trying and then you were like, I'm just hearing a bunch of excuses right now. And I was just like, you right.
You right. No, but like in the sense that it's a person who is constantly like making excuses to make themselves feel better, and it's being vocalized and they're not doing better. It's like you can't say you don't like this or say you hate the way things are and not do anything about it, and you're making it, but it's like it has become their personality. To me, that's like a red flag.
Yeah.
Because
I can hear, like, it's taken over their conversations, their thoughts.
Yeah, like I'm not saying like just one excuse. I'm saying when it's like in every aspect of their life, they're just making excuses for themselves. That is a red flag. Like, I want no parts.
Yeah.
Can be worked on, but
there are certain things that, like, certain red flags that can be worked on, but you could choose to be like,
choose not to.
I don't want to be the one to be there.
Yeah.
With you
it's
to work on
draining too. It's draining, whether it's a friendship or like a romantic relationship. If it's somebody, I think for me is because it comes with negativity. An excuse in my eyes is always like together
with
negative. Yeah. So it's like, damn, we always gonna be like that. It's like draining.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's another red flag for you. I got a list. I was saying
Okay.
too friendly. When people are too friendly, I think this is more for romantic. Like when your partner is like just way too friendly, like sit your ass down. And maybe that goes with like goofy, because I could just get tired of it. I'm like, so not because I'm thinking, am I this person? No.
But like goofy in a sense of like, you always
like
wanna,
I'm serious.
Yeah,
to
but
me,
like,
that's a red flag.
But with other people, so like if you're at a restaurant or amongst people and you're like just being mad silly with the waitress or mad silly with the staff.
Yes. Or honestly, now that I'm saying it out loud, with friendships too, like if you're too not friendly with regular friendships, but like too goofy, like very, very unserious, to me it's like, damn, you can't take nothing serious. Like, when are you serious? Have you ever met people like that they're just like
that like make everything a joke and stuff? I have, and sometimes I think, to me, this is a red flag or like almost a deal breaker, I would say, like the need to be relevant in every situation or aspect and like call attention to yourself. And I think that does come from like a place of like maybe wanting to be like friendly and like not be friendly, but like make connections with people, connect with people. But sometimes I think
that's what I'm putting together. Like that's what I mean by that. Like it can be like, for me, it could be a red flag because it's like, yo, like it's a lot. It doesn't have to be too much. Always.
Like it doesn't have to be a constant thing. I got something in my eye. I feel like I always, every episode I end up having something in my eye. Of course not. I could feel it.
Well, maybe it was an eyelash, Ashley. I don't know.
You're not gonna see it from over there.
I got both eyes open.
Okay. Yeah. My number one. Oh, this is. I get passionate.
It's just off the dome for Ashley. I had to write these down to remember them.
Well, I thought about them, but I just, and I've said this before. I'm pretty sure I've said this on the pod before. Try hard. In a sense of, and I think that's, to me, that's try hard. Like when you're just trying so hard to reach for a joke, when you're trying so hard to reach to be relevant. I don't like that. Like it's kind of like, you can just exist. It's okay. And we will love you for what you bring, like for you. You don't have to like, it's overwhelming. I think.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even feel myself getting like,
but I think that's like, to our personalities, that's overwhelming. Because like to others, that could just be like, fine.
People find that funny and people enjoy it. Like
me personally, us personally, I could see like, we're like, all right.
Yeah, like it's enough.
Yeah, like again, like sit down. Sit your ass down. Which sometimes I may be the person that needs to sit down, but like, like it's not constant. When it's constant, it's overwhelming.
And I think that some things can be situational.
Yes.
And so for other people, it is part of like their personality.
Yeah. A red flag to me as adults. Which I saw this thing, little tangent. Jara goes on her tangent how many times per episode? But it was like, adults, we need to give our fellow adults, basically everybody, grace because they are just grown children. Which, yes, but grow up to a certain point, right? We should all grow up. At some point, we need to grow up.
Take ownership.
Take ownership. At your grown age, if you are not financially like, I don't even think it's literate. I think like stable, that's a red flag. I think more so like if you have a friend, like platonic is regular, right? Yeah. If you have a platonic friendship and you see that your friend's financially like unstable, like not literate, needs help, right? You're willing to help them get to, a place where they're good. But if you meet someone, especially, or even like you're in a relationship with someone and they're not financially stable, that's like,
or seeking
huge.
Like the knowledge to it, like they're
like
not trying to be,
like it's one thing not to know. Yes, like we're all growing adults. Some of us have had help financially, or like understand because of whatever experience we have in life, right? But when there's no like you don't want to get better at it, and you're just like frivolous with your money and stuff like that, I think that's a huge red flag.
Yeah,
especially in this economy, like that's crazy. Like everything's just expensive.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I agree. Like in a friendship, it's kind of like it doesn't affect you in the same way.
Yes,
because to me, I'm like, if we're in a relationship, like a romantic relationship, then we are growing together. Which includes finances. Like we got to be on the same page.
Exactly. Yeah. Sounds like a big one.
Yeah. Okay. Another red flag for me would be like if, I guess this is more of a deal breaker, but like if you always want to say yes on the financial piece, you're always like, yes, you want to do everything and you agree to do everything, but it is outside of your means.
The other person.
Yes.
Yeah,
and you're
that's
not
a red flag.
Communicating
vocalizing
like,
it.
hey, I'm
you're
sorry,
down,
I can't right now.
even though you can't afford it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you don't say that you're...
That's not responsible. Yeah, that's being financially irresponsible. Red flag.
Yes.
Because that shit is not... If you're not aware of it or trying to be better, it's gonna get you in financial distress.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that or needs that at this grown age. Or like make changes to get yourself out of that.
And you can try, like, I'm a person that's always about, like, you can lead by example. So if they see you, or if you talk about in conversation naturally, like things that you're doing, what you're working on, then you can try to like help people just open their mind up a little bit in that aspect. But we can't take, like, I personally cannot take on that responsibility for you.
Absolutely not. No.
So, like, yeah.
And I think that leads into another red flag, like lack of communication. Like at your grown age, if you can't have a normal conversation where you may be in the wrong, maybe you're in the right, but you just need to communicate that so that the other person can see. Big one. Yeah. Like willing to have hard conversations. Yeah. And that goes for both. That goes for platonic and romantic.
Yeah. I would think that communication is kind of like a nuanced one, because there are so many layers to communication. I remember like being younger and talking to, let's say I'm like talking to this guy or whatever I'm talking, and then I would have conversations with my mom. But like my friends would be like, oh, like, yeah, like cool, like whatever. I would like, if I mention it to my mom and I are really close, and she'll be like, so what? She'll ask me questions and I wouldn't know the answer to them, and so she's like, so what do y'all talk about?
Like, what are you actually talking about?
And like, it's like, you're right.
Yeah, like I like this person. I'm spending my energy on this person, right? And then what are you actually talking about?
They're funny. Like I talk to them. Yeah. They're funny. We laugh. This, that, but yeah, like what are the real conversations? Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that there are a lot of people who have started relationships probably like younger, I would say, and then as they've gotten older, you've been in this relationship for so long. And you realize, oh snap, we haven't had these big conversations.
Yeah, like we're different also, people.
Like, yeah, and back then at that time, maybe it wasn't even that important to you,
or
like,
it wasn't relevant.
Right, exactly. But then now you're kind of like playing catch up.
Yeah.
You know?
So that leads into another red flag. No character growth. I call it character growth because I love to watch series and TV shows and stuff. And I hate shows. I can't get into a show that has no actual character growth, because then for me, what is the point? And that's how I feel in real life. Like, if whether it's a friend or a romantic relationship, if there is no personal growth, to me it's a red flag. Like something is off. Like something needs to happen, something needs to give, and you can't be the person like motivating them, right?
Yeah. I agree. I also think that is another nuance thing, 'cause I think about like,
damn, yo, I be like laughing mad hard. But it's actually funny to me.
If I think about like for myself, right? Like think about this last year. How have I grown in this last year, right? There are areas in my life where I could be like, I grew in this way. Like I could have a list in certain areas. And other areas that I'm like, I haven't shown growth in that area in what feels like a couple of years.
Which is fine. But overall, there's still growth somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that people show zero growth in all areas all the time.
I disagree.
Okay. Yeah.
I know people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like a red flag. I think especially more romantically.
Mm-hmm. Or
Yes.
even as a friend.
I mean, as a friend, yeah. But then again, there's a difference because maybe there's not a difference. Because I was going to say you're more willing, but you should be willing as a partner to like help. But like, I don't know. There's like a certain difference. It's like, if it's your friend that you've had since you were like freaking 5 or whatever, and there's no like personal growth, like it's a different communication styles and different like ways that you can like help them become a better person without it affecting you. When it's your romantic partner, it's literally affecting you.
Well, yeah, because their lives become intertwined. But I think about like, okay, if I have a friend, I'm thinking about some friends that I had in childhood, like childhood friends, that after a certain like age, we just weren't into the same things anymore.
Which is fine, naturally, but it's almost like a red flag without saying, whoa, like this is a red flag. It's just like you recognize we're no longer on the same path. Let me remove myself.
Yeah, it just kind of happens naturally. Yeah. But maybe I feel like I just don't know people who have like stayed stuck like that. I don't know. I haven't like put thought into it like that it's coming to mind.
Thinking about like your friend group, I can see all of your friends are, you know, moving upward or whatever, moving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, what's another one?
Go ahead. Go with your list. I know.
Well, like you said, what did you say earlier? Like, not angry, aggression. No.
Aggressive.
Because I put like one of them on my list is like somebody who's like very vulgar with their words. To me, that's a red flag. Like someone who's always swearing or like using profanity. Am I saying that right? Yeah. To me, that's a red flag because it's like, whoa. Like to me, it's almost, maybe it's a trigger because I'm thinking, all right, you're already like talking like out of pocket. Like I can only imagine when you get angry, you know, maybe. Yeah, that's like a red flag. Whoa, steer clear. Bye. You know, like people that are like, fuck, or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, negativity. That's it. I don't know. It brings like an aura that I'm not with.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
What's another one? I think this goes into that. Like with the lack of communication and like disrespectful words. Not really disrespectful words, but like someone who can't take, you said accountability, but someone who like when you're talking or when you come across a disconnect, it's like you like they think you're the problem.
They don't use I statements.
Yes, they don't use I statements, and it's you.
Do you watch Pop the Balloon?
No. Oh yes. Where the people line up.
Yes.
And they say if they're attractive or whatever. Yeah.
So whenever I watch those and the person is like, so why did you pop their balloon or whatever, and they're like, oh, because I just didn't. They said X, Y, and Z, and I didn't like that. And then the person is like, well, blah blah blah. Oh my god! I just want to say, like, I'm screaming at the TV at this point.
So which person?
Like if I popped your balloon, right?
Yeah.
And the host says to me, "Why'd you pop her balloon?" And I say, "Well, I don't like the way that she, like her hobbies. She said that she's into this and this and that, and that just doesn't jive with me."
And then the one is defensive.
Yes. Oh, that's the word.
Defensive.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Someone who's always like ready.
I think that we
in
need
a negative
to be more,
way.
Yeah, and we need to be more. Accept the fact that as humans, I am not for everybody and everybody is not for me, and that is
agree to disagree. We don't like the same things, and that's okay. And it doesn't have to be disrespectful. Like it doesn't have to be so rar. Yeah.
Rar.
I'd be like, damn, red flag. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what that made me think of.
Yes.
Being defensive.
See, I feel like mine, they all like kind of fall into each other. And again, these are things that I see universally with the people that I have friendships with. Like when I have grown out of a lot of friendships where it's like, yeah, no, I'm just, that doesn't like sit with me anymore. And I feel like, our time has grown apart because of that.
I think too, sometimes like,
and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. It's no shade. Like, like it's just no, at the end of the day, like I still love you.
Yeah.
But it just literally poof, went away. So maybe it'll come back to me.
Your red flag or your thought? Your train of thought.
My thought.
I think I said this before, and I haven't said it yet, but when we did our other episode and we talked about red flags, like a complainer. A complainer. Yeah, which falls to me in line with a person that gives excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like, it's your personality. Because like, I don't have energy for this anymore. Not that I'm happy-go-lucky all the time. And like, I will say, maybe once upon a time, I was a complainer and I was like, yo, Jara, check yourself.
Yeah.
You need to stop. You know what I mean? Because that shit is negative. Red flag.
That's what I was gonna, that came back to me. There are things, some of these things that we're talking about now that like, where I am now in my age, just where I am in my own growth, that I would absolutely not accept, that I have accepted previously.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, girl, how'd you do it?
I say it all the time, my age is showing. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. My last big one that I think is huge. I need to stop.
What? Oh,
I was quoting.
I'm like, what are you saying?
I was quoting. I need to sit down, Jana. As an adult, right? Because we're talking about age. Honestly, bad eating habits and not taking care of yourself, to me, is a red flag. Because now is the time that if you literally stop doing it, you will deteriorate. So to me, red flag.
Yeah.
We need to help you. That's what I feel like when I see that. So it's not a deal breaker. It's definitely, but it's like, whew, okay.
Yeah.
It's somebody who's constantly like eating, and when I say like being unhealthy, I mean like you are eating freaking fast food, like Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, like that is your thing. That's so much, that's like destroying you. Like, this is not, my age is showing at this point, but this is destroying your insides.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah. So it's a red flag. I'm so passionate about that right now because when I do it constantly, I'm like, ah, shit, I feel like shit.
I think that I feel like I have, or I've tried to have more grace for people as far as like where they are and like what's important to them. Yeah. And just knowing that like maybe what's important for you, like that, it's a red flag enough for the fact that I don't want to maybe deal with that. Yeah. But there is somebody out there that is willing to work with you.
Absolutely.
And like grow with you in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's not a red flag for everyone. Yeah. This is a red flag for me. Yeah. In my personal journey right now.
Yeah.
Any more red flags you can think about?
No, not that I can think of, but thinking about some red flags that we identify within ourselves.
I'm perfect. No, I'm joking.
Girl.
No, you go first, Ashley.
Something that it's something that I'm like constantly working on, but I can feel like it could be like people could see this and it could be a red flag to them. Of just wanting, like needing to know, like the control thing. I've gotten a lot better.
But needing to know or just being in control. I think those are two different things.
I think they're kind of the same.
Needing to know what? Because needing to know to me sounds like nosy.
No. Nosiness is a red flag to me.
No, I'm nosy.
Because I think it's one thing to be nosy and like,
I think being chismoso is a red flag.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. Like, I don't think that it's something to go around being like, yeah, I'm just nosy. I don't think that that's something to... Not the trait you want to, wear on your chest and be the proudest about.
I'm gonna drink.
Clocked it. No.
My red flag is that I'm nosy as hell. But I'm not judgmental.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. That's a red flag of mine. Clearly, you just said that's a red flag.
Because to me, being nosy of being like, I'm nosy, I want to know, and I'm going to ask people, or I'm going to just almost like display that you want to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do I display? I don't know.
I don't know if you do.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you call yourself nosy. So, kind of. I don't know.
Anyways. Wait, what was your red flag?
Being in control.
Oh,
okay.
In control. I don't think that's a red flag.
That I want to be in control.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it.
If you're overwhelmingly, but I don't think you're overwhelming wanting to be in control, Ashley. I don't think so. In my opinion. I think you're just structured. Like, you have structure.
You're not my man.
That's
right.
The real.
That's the. But I think a different red flag, if I had to go with something else.
I'm gonna say one for me. I'm emotional. I think that's a red flag. I can be very emotional all the time.
Yeah,
that can be overwhelming, but I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
My red flag is turning white, like in the middle, whatever.
One of my red flags would be when I am upset about something, I have a hard time forming it into words because I don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. So communicating my own feelings about things takes me a very long time.
Okay.
Because I really just don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings when in the end, like, it's how I feel. It's not
fact.
Yeah, or like,
I think it's you genuinely don't want to hurt their feelings, but it may need to be said.
Yeah, because then it ends up affecting me.
Right,
and
like snowballing.
Yeah. So it's something that I am I feel like I'm aware of it now. Like, I've become more aware of that, and I can work myself up to have some of those like conversations of like
character growth. That's character growth right there. I love it. It's a red flag, but you're working on it.
Yeah.
I've said this before. A red flag of mine is that I'm very impulsive, and in a relationship that can come off as like, let's say we get into an argument, I want to resolve it like ASAP. I don't want to give you the time because like I need it because I'm impulsive, or I'm angry and like I'll lash out or be like super like everything is intensified because of my impulsiveness, and that's a red flag.
I think that wanting to talk about it and resolve it is more of wanting to make everything good. Like, I don't necessarily think it's because of impulsivity. I think it's more of not wanting to sit in the negativity. Like,
but I would say that's like impulsive in nature, because just chill out. If I was less impulsive,
you're able to take your time with things.
Yeah. Which is something I'm working on.
Yeah. Do you feel like you don't have control over it? Like,
no, I have control. That's why it's a red flag.
Well, because I think about impulsivity as like, it's almost like something that happens so quickly, it's out of your, like, it happened so quickly that you didn't even have the second to stop it.
I guess,
maybe. I mean?
Yeah, when you put it in terms like that, maybe.
So, because I'm the same way in the sense of like, if there's a problem, I would say like within a relationship, like I can't let that drag on.
Yeah.
If we're like in an argument, oh my goodness, a red flag. If the silent treatment. Grow the fuck up and open your mouth.
My gears.
Lack
of communication.
I can't, but even like, you can say I'm upset because of X, Y, and Z. That's all you have to say.
That's
you don't
better
have
than nothing at all. This is true.
But we're gonna be sitting here sharing space, and you're just not gonna talk.
That's
Stop
crazy.
it, because I'm gonna laugh at you.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's not nice.
Then I get crazy. Then all the red flags I didn't even know I had start to come out.
I feel like when I think about my red flags, I'm just like, it's okay though. So to me, maybe that's a red flag in itself.
You're making excuses for yourself?
I don't think they're excuses. I'm just like,
you're excusing the red flag.
Okay.
But I will say that there are certain things that are part of our personality that other people might see and be a red flag. Like, but if it's how you are, then it's just how you are. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, if you're not aware of it, you're not aware until somebody makes you aware of it, like in the beginning.
Yeah, but I could tell you, like I just said to you, like, so you make excuses. You're making an excuse for yourself. And you're like, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being that way. And that's fine too.
Which is funny because a red flag for me was people who make excuses.
That's why I said it.
Yo, does anybody listening right now have an opinion? No, seriously though. What are some red flags of yours?
Yeah.
Let us know.
And how do you navigate those? How do you decide what is something you're willing to work with?
Yeah.
Or a deal breaker for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like as I age, right? The red flags go up more.
Yeah, and my willingness to work with
on
people
them.
goes down.
Go down.
Yeah,
I love it.
But we will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in.
I love how we're just embracing that now.
We just have to get a sweatshirt. Too Little Wine.
See you next Tuesday.
If you got any graphic designers out here, anybody want to make us some sweatshirts, we'll promote.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
What are your red flags? Dun dun dun. Cheers.